We are your home for exclusive interviews and behind-the-scenes stories you won't hear anywhere else. This is all about Kentucky tracks, Kentucky drivers, and Kentucky fans. We eat, sleep, and breathe it anyways, so we figured why not make a podcast about it. For 11 years, we've been keeping the bluegrass covered in dirt. Now, we're doing it bigger than ever before. We are Kentucky's Dirt Racing Podcast. Welcome to another edition of Dirt Racing in the Bluegrass Live, presented by Smokehouse Grill and Buffet.
And welcome in everyone to the racetrack, or not the Racetrack Connection, the Bluegrass Restoration and Construction Studios. See, I try to lead off with it, Wes, and I mess it up right off the bat. Imagine that. The Bluegrass Restoration and Construction Studio. This is episode 22 of the Dirt Racing and the Bluegrass Live podcast. And so unbelievable. I said it last week, was 21. Man, it's just been crazy how fast this racing season has moved along. Just been a great year and a lot of fun here in our little dirt racing community.
2023 has already been a blast, and we just barely scratched the surface for what we have in store for the rest of the season. And I'm just really looking forward to it and enjoying doing this podcast with you on Wednesday nights, brother.
Yeah, absolutely, and enjoying it for sure, man. It's just it's almost as fun, not quite, but it's almost as fun as being at the racetrack on a Friday or Saturday night. And you know, we getting a lot of people on here, so it's fun just hanging out on a midweek. We've got a few more days until it's race day. We don't get to dirt race, but at least we get to talk about it for a little bit. So definitely a whole lot of fun. This segment is sponsored by Dirtman Diecast, dirtmandiecast.com. Or check him out at the racetrack for diecast collectibles. And he's got all kinds of goodies at the racetrack if you see him there as well. So be sure to check him out. You can call the Racetrack Connection hotline. That number is 859-412-1287. Give us a call. But, yeah, I mean, huge show lined up for you here. We've got Dillon Gaudet on here with us from ABC 36. Wes, you've labeled him the Motorsports Meteorologist. He does Motorsports Monday. We're going to talk about what that is. And, man, just such a cool thing, though, that he's doing for our local racing community. Can't believe no one's done this before, but glad to see him doing it. Just a really cool deal.
Yeah, it is, man. We met him last Saturday night at Lake Cumberland Speedway. He was there for Hall of Fame 40 night, and he kind of come up to me and talked to us there. Just a cool thing with what he's doing, and we want to promote and support him with his Motorsports Monday, and he wants to support and promote us with dirt racing in the bluegrass. So man, it's a win-win, and just really cool to meet him on Saturday, and we look forward to talking to him later tonight.
Yeah, I'm with you. And then later on, we're going to have Dustin Linville coming up on the show around 8:30. We're going to stay on schedule as best we can. If I have to get the buzzer out tonight, Wes, we're going to stay on schedule. But we'll have Dustin Linville on here with us. A lot of people have asked, when you're going to have Dustin on? You need to have Dustin on. He's finally going to come on here with us. Definitely appreciate that to help us preview the Hugh Junebug Rowland Memorial coming up this Saturday night at Richmond Raceway. And we'll talk about some other events as well. But just a huge weekend of racing. I can't wait to get to it real quick. We've got to be quick with it to stay on that schedule, Wes. But this past weekend, Lake Cumberland Speedway, so much fun, man. It was just an awesome night. Overall, to see the crowd, the fans, every class, it was packed out. We'll get to a little bit of the overall recap here in a minute, but I just want to see if I can stump the West right off the bat right here. I want to see if you can. This is an awesome thing for local racing. What video of our videos of our racing, of our coverage from Lake Cumberland Speedway, which video from Saturday night, besides the reel, take the reel out of it because they always get a bunch of views, which video do you think got the most views out of them all? And you can't cheat, you can't look, you can't be, don't be scrolling on that phone.
I'm not. I just got a message. Oh, it's on our dirt racing in the bluegrass. So, um, I would say probably the video of the Hall of Fame inductions.
Yeah, it was not the video of the Hall of Fame inductions. That was a really cool thing though to be there to see, to be a part of. But it was Marty Gilley's feature win interview, a front wheel drive. Got over 2.5 thousand views, and that's just awesome to see.
Yeah.
And I think it says a lot about where we are with local racing here in this state and in this area. People were excited about that, and that was something that was just really cool to see him pick up that first win. Late models, Josh Rice got around Michael Chilton. Great race there. The pro late models, maybe the best race of the night. It was just a close race at the line. When
Them
Zach,
crazy cautions, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I would have loved to seen a longer green flag run to see what would have happened, but Zach Sice getting the win. Peden was beaten at the door, and you'd think he was going to get him, and the caution would come out.
yeah,
Just probably that was probably the best race, best feature race all night was American All-Star Crate Series race. It was probably them top 3 or 4. You could have thrown a blanket over them.
yeah.
Just in great racing, clean racing, just outstanding. Just the whole night was, and getting to talk to Marty Gilley early in the night, and then for him to get his first feature win, really special.
Yeah, it was. It was cool. It was really cool to see. Craig Stocks won the hobby stocks. Eddie Stewart won the super stocks. Brian Barber modifieds, and then Marty Gilley in the front wheel drives. I think that covered them all. But just overall, like you said, it was just an awesome night. It really was. And
121 cars on the grounds.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, a huge car count, and we're looking forward to seeing it all over again this weekend. It's just great
Yes,
to
sir.
see racing here in Central Kentucky. Just overall, it's greatness, and we're just glad to be able to be there and experience it, because it sure is a whole lot of fun. For sure. Well, let's go ahead and bring on here with us to Dirt Racing in the Bluegrass Live. I'm going to take this overlay down so it doesn't cover it. Well, maybe it wasn't doing too bad there after all. But the Motorsports Meteorologist, as Wes Lanham has called him, Dillon Gaudet. Man, really nice of you to join us. ABC 36 News. Good of you to come on here with us this evening.
Oh, man, thank you guys for inviting me on. I'm still a little bit new to Kentucky, moved down here about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years. But you guys made me feel like home Saturday there at Lake Cumberland Speedway.
Good. That's what we wanted to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, I tell you what, we're glad to have you, and we're glad to see the whole Motorsports Monday. We're glad to see local racing get coverage in the, I guess you would say, mainstream media, because I don't know. Wes and I were talking earlier this week. I don't know that local racing has ever been covered in that sense, and so it's just really a cool thing to see. So first of all, thank you for doing that.
Yeah, definitely. We started the Motorsports Monday. I tried to start it last fall, but it didn't really get a good. It was kind of after the local dirt racing season, so we waited until the spring to start it up, and really got it going the week before the Indy 500. I thought that'd be a good time, because I also talk about national racing news as well. So we kind of introed that, and then I started getting results from some of the local tracks and showing them on there. And I'm like, I need to get down to a track. So finally was able to get down to Lake Cumberland this weekend, which really helped, obviously get the word out for sure.
Yeah, just super cool what you're doing. I know, you look back area newspapers that have tracks in their community, town, county, it's cool to see pictures and results in there, but to go it a step further and actually have it on, local state news is just super cool to see.
Yeah, and you guys have mentioned it hadn't really been done before, and that's just so surprising to me. My thing of what I was telling my management at the TV station why I wanted to incorporate local racing, not just national racing, is that on Friday and Saturday nights, and even some nights during the week, there are not more well-attended events in Kentucky, sporting events, than dirt racing. There's not a whole lot going on after UK, baseball, basketball, football aren't going on. People head out to your local short tracks every weekend, and I'm glad I'm able to showcase that, because I don't think a lot of people outside of the dirt racing community really realize that the amount of people. You guys mentioned 121 cars. The fans were stacked full there in the crowd. I mean, you don't see that anywhere else on weekends. Maybe at a concert or something, but not sporting event wise.
No,
well,
you don't.
Josh and I was talking, I guess, earlier in the week, especially once the kids are out of school and baseball and softball and track, once those events for high school sports are over with for the summer, you don't really have a lot of sporting events, I guess, per se, unless it's, you've got baseball you could cover, finishing up NBA, getting ready for the football season, but, and kind of talking college sports, but, as far as local, with the high schools being out, this is a perfect time to really introduce and cover our local dirt tracks, and it's going to be cool to see new fans in the stands because of your show that's going to highlight these tracks, and I think that's something that's going to be really awesome.
Yeah, thank you, and I hope that I can do that, and that's kind of my vision for it. Is one, just to showcase some of these guys. I mean, I mentioned this Monday. People put hard-earned money into the sport, which more money than most other sports, from guys that just do it as a hobby to, guys that are trying to work their way up. So that needs to be showcased, which hopefully, this is just the starting point. I have plans, during the off season when there's not racing going on, to highlight all the tracks, like get video over the summer, interview some of the promoters and stuff like that. And just, kind of tell the history of all of our local tracks in Central and Eastern Kentucky. So that's kind of how it could carry over even during the off season. So continue to grow then.
Well, I think that's a really cool. One of the best parts about this is, this is a dirt racing podcast. We have the fans here of dirt racing, but you guys are going to reach people who maybe have never heard of a dirt track before, because it's funny to me, like we're a little niche here where within our relatively big group, racing's a big deal, but there's so many people out there who don't even know this stuff exists on the weekends, and those are the people that you all are going to reach, and that's what excites me as much as anything.
Yeah, and I mean, people I work with didn't even realize it. They're kind of, racing fans who watch the Indy 500 and stuff. But Doug High, who's our one of our anchors at the 9 o'clock show, he just was kind of blown away by how many people that were there and how exciting the racing was in just the short video that I showed. So hopefully that can reach that next audience, and hopefully, all the dirt fans out there can help us grow this. Management is completely on board at the TV station to allowing this to grow, to eventually get some partners potentially with it, and kind of bring more to the table than what we're currently offering in terms of 2-3 minutes every Monday morning, to potentially down the road more than that, if this continues to be successful. So continue, thanking everyone that you shared my video, watched it. We're going to be posting stuff on our website. Just supporting us that way can help us, support you guys as well.
Yeah, we'll be glad to come on the show anytime you need us.
Wes just wants to be on the news. Wes just wants to be on the news. That's what this comes down to.
And we can arrange
in a good way, not a bad way either.
Yeah. Wes is just trying to get on the news. But yeah, I mean, no, it's It's like I said, it's an awesome thing, and so it's really cool. So Motorsports Mondays, ABC 36 News. I've been getting up every day. This started like 2 weeks ago, so it was before we met you at Lake Cumberland Speedway, and my wife can attest to this. I've been getting up every day to watch the news, which is something that I've never done before, but I'm doing it now. But this happens during like the 6:30 segment, just to give people an idea of when to catch this on Mondays, right?
Yeah, it does. Monday, during our 6:30 half hour of the show. So it usually runs around 6:40 in the morning. And then again, it runs during the 9 o'clock show. That time isn't set in stone, but we have a show, Good Day Kentucky, from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And it usually fits somewhere in the middle of that, both times we run it. And I believe Monday we put it in the 5:30 afternoon show during our early evening news. So that might be something we do in the future as well, especially when I'm actually at the local tracks. Because again, my full-time job is a meteorologist, obviously. I'm kind of just doing this just because I have a passion for racing and love it. So this is kind of my little project that I wouldn't say doing on the side because I'm putting a lot of effort into it, but it means a lot to me. So.
Yeah, for sure. And so, and that's something else I wanted to get into. So tell us a little bit about your passion. We were talking a little bit off there. I want everybody on here listening to hear this as well, how it sort of got started and what your passion is for motorsports.
Yeah, I'm from north central West Virginia. So my home track was Elkins Raceway up there in Elkins, West Virginia. I've been there. I've been to Tyler County Speedway. But I grew up, some of my dad's buddies raced at Elkins, so I would go there on the weekends, kind of hang out in the pits, which was always, a fun experience as a kid. I mean, I loved it, and it's kind of seeing the behind-the-scenes stuff. And then NASCAR, you see the pictures behind me, NASCAR, and then my idol, Dale Earnhardt there behind me. But that's really, I stayed a fan of NASCAR childhood, up into high school and stuff like that. But I really started to become a dirt fan again since I was a kid. After Kyle Larson's been so successful in NASCAR, he's kind of bringing both communities together, I feel like, at a big scale. So when he started racing, or started showcasing his dirt racing a lot more on a national level, that's when I'm like, I got to get back to going to races. So I went to Tyler County Speedway, got to interview him when he raced there. And then ever since then, I've kind of been hooked. And I kind of brought that when I moved to Lexington a year and a half ago. I brought that in terms of wanting to start something at a dirt racing local, news coverage level.
Yeah, it's cool because you're right. Kyle Larson has brought so much attention, and then you were telling us that at the previous station that the interview with him, I think you said, was like at the top for the entire year as far as
in 2021 it was the top sports, and I believe it was 4 or 5 on our web articles for the whole year, news, sports, anything. And that's when I really realized, I'm like, dirt fans are passionate, and I think the biggest thing is it's just so underappreciated, I think, from anyone outside of the dirt racing world. If they just gave it a chance, and showed this group of racers off and the sport off, that other people would come to enjoy it, because I have a great time. My girlfriend was with me this weekend at the race, and she just kind of helped me run camera and stuff. And she was having a good time, and she was locked in. She really liked the hobby stocks. So I was kind of surprised by that. She's like, "Those are fun to watch." So I was like, "Yeah." I mean, I just thought it was a good time.
And had 28 hobby stocks. I mean, that was a packed field, racing for 1,000 to win. And Craig Stocks, he was on a rail and got the win. So just really cool. And you mentioned Kyle Larson there. The cool thing about Larson, he can race anything. It don't matter what it is that he jumps in. And it's so cool to see what he has done in racing and motorsports in general. But the effect that he's had as far as bringing NASCAR fans and asphalt racing fans over to the dirt side, because he's running a sprint, he's running a midget, he's running a late model. And I think it's kind of opened a lot of people's eyes to, hey, this dirt thing's really cool, and let's watch it and be a fan just like we are of NASCAR. And that's something that's also cool, because him being on that stage, I'm sure has brought more fans to the dirt side as well. And I just think that's something cool. And you see people, getting their pictures with him at area tracks and talking to him, and he's a class act, and man, he's a wheel man. I mean, can win in anything.
Yeah, when he was at Tyler County, he set the track record his first lap on the track. I was like, wow, that just shows how impressive he is. And plus, you're mentioning, next year he's running an Indy 500. I've never been to an Indy 500, and I plan on going just because he's in the race. So
yeah, that'll be fun to see for sure. One other thing I wanted to mention too, Dillon. I want to make sure to get this out there because I've already followed it. But you've got a podcast. We're not the only podcasters on the screen right now. You've got a racing podcast as well. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's more on the NASCAR level, but it's called Cloudy with a Chance of Racing. Kind of taking the Motorsports Meteorologist to that. But yeah, a couple of my buddies we started this year just because, like I said, racing is like what I do with my spare time. I love watching everything from IndyCar to Formula One to NASCAR to, dirt racing. So we mainly just talk about NASCAR in there. So if you're someone out there that's interested in both, definitely check that out. We kind of recap the big events from every week. And we have some special, we have some fun guests lined up in the future too. So that'll be exciting. We record those Monday evening, and then they get published either Monday night or Tuesday on any of your local, any of your podcast platforms. And one thing I do want to say, I just thought about this, and it just randomly popped in my head. But one of the big things where I was like, we need to cover this was last year the ratings came out for the final season, well, the end of year ratings for NASCAR and IndyCar, and Louisville, Dayton, Cincinnati are in the top 10 TV markets for both of those, and no local sports cover even IndyCar or NASCAR outside of the Indy 500 or maybe the Daytona 500. So people watch racing in this part of the country. So that was another thing why I wanted to show highlights from IndyCar and NASCAR from every weekend, because people watch it. I mean, Lexington isn't included within that because I believe it's the top 60 TV markets get included in like the top markets in the country. But I'm sure Lexington would be, near those, especially if all surrounding ones. Knoxville's also in the top 10. So literally everywhere surrounding Lexington's TV market is in the top 10 for those.
Yeah. Well, that's
really cool.
That is, yeah. That's cool. It's definitely a big racing, area around in here, and I think it sort of starts with the local stuff, and then I'm a NASCAR fan as well. You got Dale Earnhardt there behind you. I was a Mark Martin fan. I wore my Mark Martin T-shirt last. I've got the Dustin Linville on. We're having him on tonight, but I had my Mark Martin shirt on last week. So
big time throwback.
I definitely want to get some merch though. That's the plan, to start collecting some of these local guys' merch.
Yeah.
Ross said you didn't get the memo. You need your Rooster shirt on. So we'll have to get you one of those if you come to Richmond this weekend, and I hope that's your plans.
Yes, that is my plan to head to Richmond this week.
We'll definitely introduce you to Dustin Linville, and you need to get you some Rooster apparel.
Get some Rooster Nation apparel. Yeah, join the club. So that'll be.
Hopefully the weather cooperates, because I actually plan on trying to go live during our 6:30 show that runs on Saturday evening. I plan on trying to go live from the track on Saturday night, because it's a weekend during the summer. There's not a whole lot going on, and unless some breaking news happens, they're going to give me the equipment to try to go live down there Saturday night. So just kind of showcase what's happening, and maybe get some more people in the stands.
That is really cool. That's I hope that works out. I really do. Yeah. Well, you talked about how hoping the weather works out, since you are the motorsports meteorologist. Dillon, what is the weather looking like for Saturday night?
I think we're good, especially Lake Cumberland. I believe it's kids' night down there this weekend, so the weather should be good there. Richmond, it's kind of iffy. Rockcastle Speedway a little iffy. But I think it should be drier later into the day. So that's some good news.
All right,
we could use a little rain early and then get that out of its system, and we want to race on Saturday night.
We'll all be all right and ready to race come Saturday night. So that definitely sounds good. Well, looking forward to seeing you. Somebody says worldwidewest.com. He's not that big. Vernon, he's not that big yet. Yeah, he's not that big time yet. He's not getting his own website just yet. Yeah. We don't even have dirt racing on the bluegrass.com. He ain't getting his own website. So, but yeah, looking forward to seeing you there. Hopefully you get to go live. I think that would be really cool for Richmond Raceway and the entire area, all of our tracks here locally. So it's been good having you on here again. Man, it means a lot to us that you're willing to, cross promote us, because you've got a lot more people, out there that watch you every day. So it's just awesome. Thank you again for everything you're doing.
Yeah, thank you to you guys. You said you've been watching the morning. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'll be supporting you guys supporting us, and I feel like we can really grow this, what I'm doing on air right now. And hopefully, especially by next summer, we get this thing rocking and rolling. And maybe, I don't want to say anyone else is going to copy our station, what we're doing, but hopefully, I think that's a good thing if more people are out promoting it.
Yes,
right now, we're the only ones on TV doing it locally. I hope you guys at the end of the day can remember that, those fans out there. But I think we got something big brewing.
Yeah, I think so too. I do. I agree. And one last question, Wes. I've let you. You've had 3. I think you've got 3 questions so far. But so I think that's a record for having someone on the show. Yeah. But what time newscast starts at 5 a.m. What time do you get up?
3 a.m. That's my alarm. I try to take naps. It's hard to, go to sleep early in the summertime. So I've moved to, taking a mid-afternoon nap and then getting back up and staying up for a little bit. But when it's daylight till, 9:30, it's hard to go to bed at 7 or 8 o'clock when I'd like to.
I was going to tell you, Dillon, not to toot your horn, but Josh is he's the kind of guy that he's got to have his beauty sleep. If he don't have 8 to 10 hours of sleep, he can't function. So for him to get up, to watch your show, drink his whole pot of coffee, I mean, that's saying something. And he is. Monday mornings, he'll get up and watch it and send me a text. Did you see this? I'm like, that's
no,
awesome.
He didn't. He wouldn't even know. That's the answer to that one. So, well, we'll let you, since you've got to get up at 3 a.m., we'll let you hop off here and get ready for bed. How does that sound?
Yeah.
But again, thank you for joining us, and we do truly appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. I hope I can run into some fans and you guys there on Saturday there at Richmond.
Yep, we'll see you. We'll see you there.
Yeah. We'll see you there. Thank you, buddy.
That sounds good.
Thank you, guys.
Good night.
You too. Dillon Gaudet, the Motorsports Meteorologist, Motorsports Mondays. Check him out, ABC 36 News. He's there all morning, and the Motorsports Mondays several times throughout the morning as well. We're going to go ahead real quick. We're going to go to a commercial break, and when we come back, we will finally have the Rooster, Dustin Linville, on here with us. Looking forward to that. We'll be back with you here in just a few minutes.
Racetrack Connection is a social media app designed specifically for racing. On the app, you can find a track, find a driver, review and print track schedules, and use the chat feature to communicate with other fans and drivers at any event. There's even a map feature where you can locate racetracks all across the U.S., plus many other features, all for free. Download the Racetrack Connection app today. Donnie Kaufman used to say, "It's good enough to make your tongue slap your brains out, honey." That's what we think about the home cooking at Smokehouse Grill and Buffet in Berea. Choose from the delicious options on their home-style buffet and salad bar, or order from the full menu. Not to mention their desserts and some of the best breakfast you'll ever eat. We promise you'll never be disappointed with this racing family-owned business. Visit their friendly staff and grab a bite to eat. Located just off exit 77 in Berea.
Hi there, I'm Alan Feldhouse Jr., head basketball coach at Madison Central High School. Here at MCHS, we have built a winning team. I'd like to tell you about another local winning team, family-owned and operated Bluegrass Restoration and Construction. They specialize in roofing, general construction, and home maintenance services. Just like on the court, you need a team that will work together to get the job done, and that's exactly what BRC does. Give them a call at 859-353-1133. Road Tribe.
And welcome back to the Bluegrass Restoration and Construction Studios. We are now joined by the Rooster, Dustin Linville. Dustin, I can't tell you how many people over the last, we started doing this last August, and every time we talk about a show, somebody says you need to get Dustin Linville on there. When are you going to get Dustin Linville on there? It's good to finally have you on here with us. Thanks a lot for joining us.
I appreciate you guys having us here. Yeah, I know you've it seems like it's never lined up to get us on here. So, what kind of shirts y'all got going on there?
Hey, look, what else would we have on?
Not gonna wear nothing else.
I know. Yeah.
We've got to get Dillon Gaudet one.
We'll
weekend. Yeah, we'll have a formal introduction there to you and him, and we'll get him in a Rooster Nation shirt.
Heck yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Be a good place to start for sure.
There you go.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I think, no, I'm not kidding you when I say we've had so many people ask us when's Dustin Linville coming on? I mean, and I've always said it's really true. I mean, you've always been one of the nicest, probably I would go as far as to say the nicest guy in the pits, as driver-wise, and always friendly. You always have been, and I think that's why, not only can you drive a race car really well, for sure, but, you've always been you've been one to stop and interact with fans, kids, everybody. And my sister she was always a big Dustin Linville fan, and just I think there's a lot to that.
Yeah, I'll try to. Like I said, I've been a fan in the stands whenever my dad raced, and I know what it's like. Whenever your favorite driver talks to you, and I enjoy that just as much as being on the racetrack. So it works out with me really well.
Yeah.
Well, I told Josh earlier. I said, here's the thing. I said, he's a fan favorite across the state of Kentucky for sure. I said, down to Tennessee, up to Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia. I said, it don't matter, especially in this area. There's Dustin Linville, Rooster Nation shirts everywhere. It don't matter where you go.
Walmart.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
So
Golden Corral. Yeah,
a fan favorite.
The local bars, wherever you go. Yeah.
We've had a couple people on the mug shots had their shirts on. I may attract the wrong fans.
I imagine you have had a few with mug shots. I haven't seen them.
And smiling ear to ear, proud to be there, baby. You don't like that publicity, though.
Hey,
that might be the good kind of fans to have right there, though. They have you.
I don't know what the connection is there, but they will take them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the real reason we brought you on here, many reasons, we brought you on here because we wanted to have you on. We've, like you said, we just wasn't able to line it up, for several times. We've tried it a couple times and couldn't get it to work out. But I know this is a big weekend for you and your race team and Jeremy Thomason and you drive his crate car and with the Hugh Junebug Rowland Memorial this weekend. You're a 3-time winner of the race and hoping to get your 4th this weekend. But like I said, I know it's a very special event for you all.
Yeah, it is. That family means a lot to us, and Jeremy, he's like a brother to me, and I've got both his crate cars. I keep them here at the shop. We keep them up, and he lets me race them. And we've been pretty good with his stuff. I don't know. Maybe we need to put a 39 on the D8 car. D8 cars ain't had very good luck here lately. But no, it's a big event for. To me, it's probably the most special event for us. That we'll race all year.
Yeah.
I think I told you at Richmond earlier when you got the win in the crate division. I was like, just swap motors and put that big motor in that crate car. And
we looked at the lap times, man. Like at the end of the night, because I was telling my dad, I said, man, this crate car is faster than the Super. I don't know what's going on, and which I know there's a big power difference, but we was like a half a second faster in the crate car all night, and I think.
Crazy.
aside from Josh Rice and Trevor Landrum, we was the third fastest late model in the pits that night. So I thought, man, we should have raced. We
In
should
the
have
crate
raced in the
car.
supers.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, and I'd say Richmond probably. I mean, honestly, we've seen a lot of people over the years go and run with the supers there, and not just. I mean, that's a lot of our tracks here, locally. For sure, but you could have run up there with them in the supers. You might just think about if you go out in hot laps, it don't feel right. You just get the 39 out and throw it in there with the supers.
We might just need to take it just in case. But, I mean, the D8 was actually fast last week. We had bad luck in it, but we actually talked about taking the green off the car, but.
I saw that. So we're
I don't know what kind
of
of black cloud we got over the D8 car, but we finished like 1 out of 5 races, and I swear we check everything on the car. We just can't. We're in the wrong path at the wrong time, or whatnot. But no, I'm. Hopefully this weekend we kind of break the streak. It's still going to be green. But I ain't got enough time this week to change all that. But,
well, you've had green. I don't know if everybody, it's like green seems to take the shots all the time. You've had green on your race cars for a long time. You've run good.
We talked about. I mean, I'm not superstitious, but then at the same time, I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, it's got to be so.
Why are we got so much bad luck?
Now Jeff Watson's superstitious. He don't have no $50 bills.
He's probably the worst I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's awful. He don't have no green on his car. Never has. Now, personally, green's my favorite color.
They're the same way. Jeremy and Adley with the 39 car.
Oh, really?
You can't have green on that car. Oh. They flip out over it. So that might. I don't know. I mean, that car runs good, but I mean, I'm starting to think
might be something to it. Yeah. You're starting to think there might be something to it. Yeah. I didn't realize that car. I guess it makes sense. Yeah, that car don't have any green on it. Yeah. So,
don't tell them if you mix that blue and yellow, it's gonna make green.
He even wanted me to change the fuel pressure light. He said, "Get that green light bulb out there." I said, what are you gonna do? He said, "Put a blue in it. I don't care. Just get the green out of it." Overboard.
That's funny. That might come from being from a racing family for him.
Yeah,
did Junebug have the green superstition? I don't know. Somebody might be able to answer that for us.
I'd say it's where Jeff Watson gets it so much from him and his dad. And
probably.
I'm pretty sure Jeff's dad raced for Junebug. So, Jeremy and Natalie, that's Junebug's daughter and his grandson. And I think Jeremy's dad raced take it back. Jeff's dad raced for Natalie's dad, Junebug.
Yeah.
So
I think so. He had the tribute. He had that tribute car on that wrap on his modified when we was at Richmond.
Yeah, at the Watson Memorial.
Yeah. That was really
last year we tried to do for the Junebug, we tried to do a retro look of one of Junebug's cars, and Shay drawed it up, and it looked really cool. On the computer, and when it went through on the printer, it was supposed to look rustic.
Oh,
and everything that was supposed to be like reddish brown rust come out green.
Oh no!
So they hated it. I was like, well, it looks like it's just been submerged underwater.
Scrap
moss
rusty,
but
it's still mossy. But yeah, they didn't. They weren't much on that, but.
Yeah, scrap that. No green. Well, I get it. I really do. But like I said, I mean, this is a huge weekend, a memorial race for Junebug there at Richmond. They've been doing a good job all week of promoting the race, and got several drivers already on the Facebook page there at Richmond Raceway, and then I think Ultimate Heart of America Super Late Model Series as well. Guys that are going to be coming, we know you're going to be there. I expect it to be a stout field of regional competition around here, as it always is. Man, that last the Finn Watson, I mean, that was a tough crowd there for sure. And so
look here, as long as I think I speak for every late model driver in Kentucky, as long as Josh Rice goes somewhere else, maybe we all got a chance.
Yeah, man, I know.
Taking everything.
I tell you, I mean, he's
on fire right now.
Yeah, Well, good news. I do think I saw earlier today that James is coming to Richmond, and Josh is going to Atomic. So as long as he sticks to those plans, it might be a good competitive race there Saturday night.
The Rice is James is just as good as Josh.
Right.
He just don't get to race as much, but
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, like I said, if our car as good as it ran last week at Portsmouth, we just got to keep the bad luck out of the way, and keep our nose clean. And we actually just got done changing the radiator and the T-bar and all the stuff we tore up, just after I got home from work. So ready to give her another ringer. But I think we got a good piece now. We've worked on it pretty hard and trying to get it, to fit us better. So pretty excited about it.
Yeah. That's good. I know y'all been really working on that new car all year. I talked to you earlier at 411, and I think that might have been the first night out on the car. And it was about to. I thought you was going to pull your hair out because you was just frustrated.
Much left. Yeah, I'm about ready to leave that thing in Tennessee at night.
I was afraid you was going to put a for sale sign on it. Just take it. Somebody just take his car.
Yeah, Shay and my dad, they hear it every week. Monday, I'm ready to quit. I'm ready to go get a boat. Tuesday, let's get the car out. Let's see what we're doing. Where we're going this weekend.
Yeah.
But it's just
don't buy a boat because boat stands for bust out another 1,000. That's what I have to keep. So just keep the race car and just keep that going. You can borrow a boat or rent one at the marina.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Keep that race car going.
There you go.
Yeah, we can't afford to lose you, but I mean on that topic, you're right, and I think more and more, I mean, it's just becoming increasing. It's just so tough, man. This sport is just demanding, especially when it comes to late model racing, super late model racing. It's got to be a tough thing. I mean, regionally and locally for you guys, certainly not unlimited budget like you're going up against at certain places. It's a tough deal, I'm sure, but you got to hang in there, man. We can't afford to lose you.
Yeah, no, if our, like my wife, she's so hardcore into it. My dad's into it. Our girls, of course, they love it. So it does cost a lot of money. And I catch myself a lot of time anywhere we go race, I'm looking through the field, look at the payout, trying to make a financial decision. What's the best route to take? And that's kind of where we're running the ultimate deal this year. I mean, a lot of his races are right here at Richmond, and then we run really good there. And I mean, every race he's putting on, 10,000 win, 1,000 to start. So we kind of travel a little bit out there, tracks we don't really want to go to, but at the end of the year, you kind of got something to show for it, and it kind of gives you a goal to reach, But it's tough. I mean, we try to do it all primarily out of our own pocket. We got a few guys that helps us, but not like the stuff we race against.
Right. Yeah.
And I've always been one. I like to root for the underdog. I like to always root for that, and then always root for Kentucky drivers. It don't matter if they're running regional, locally, or nationally. You got to root for a Kentucky driver.
I'm the same way. If I ain't racing, I'm texting my buddies, and we're rooting you on. Outside of Kentucky, Zach Doan's probably my best buddy. So, I was watching him at the Dream. I was like, son, go get him.
Yeah.
We're watching you. I'm sitting I'm right here on the couch rooting for you just like all them other people are,
Yeah.
He's a good friend of ours. And like I said, I mean, this year in Kentucky, it's pretty tough competition. Like Josh, he shows up everywhere we're at just about. Zach, when he shows up, he's tough. And then the crate, I really like racing crates. Honestly, I'd say I don't know what's going to happen with super late models in the future, but we just took our big motor out, and if anybody wants it, it's for sale because I'm probably not going to refreshen it. It's going to cost a lot. And we're probably just going to primarily do a lot of crate racing and then just race super stuff whenever it makes sense after this year, I'd say. But I like the crate stuff. It's so fun. Everybody's seems like they're on the same page, and technology really hasn't got to that point just yet everywhere. But
Yeah.
it's like every time we roll the Super out, you got to be wearing a white trench coat and with the test tubes out, and you got to be just on your have everything just right.
Yeah.
And we're just redneck engineers here, so we're shooting in the dark, and sometimes we hit, but it's tough.
Well, it's a cool thing to see too with the crates. We've said it several times here on the show. I mean, I love to see the growth of crate racing, and I like to see guys like you getting in, because I've said so many times, fans are not going to care about whether it's a crate or a super, and some of them wouldn't even know the difference, especially if guys like Dustin Linville and so many of you guys, you start getting in those crates, man, the quality of drivers, they're still watching the same, they're not going to care. And it's so much fun to see, because it's actually, a lot of times we have, and I hate to say, I'm a homer. I'm like Wes. If it's a Kentucky driver, I don't care. But I hate seeing national guys come in here and you have a big show, it's $15,000 to win, and they're taking it out of here. I want to see it stay here.
Yeah.
And I think crate racing gives us those opportunities to see that more. So
yeah.
And then he picks a guy from Tennessee last weekend at Lake Cumberland to win it.
And who won it?
Oh, man.
Well, and we were trying to pick who was going to win and who won it. Wes is making fun of me all night because he didn't think he was there. Turns out he just borrowed a car and come down and won the daggone thing. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would
mean, it is so good, like the crate racing deal, because you look and see guys that run both supers and crates now, or just have primarily running the crate, and like you and Jeff Watson and Tommy Bailey, Skylar Marler, see them guys also running both, but so competitive, and the racing in that crate deal, it don't matter where you go, the racing is just top notch, and that's what's cool about it.
Go ahead.
What?
Yeah, you're good.
You froze up, and I thought mine was.
Yeah. You froze there for a second, kind of like I did with Jay.
Over here. We're good.
Did I freeze?
Yeah, you froze, buddy. You was froze for like 10 seconds. That brick wall kind of sucks him in every now and then. He disappears. I thought
Wi-Fi juice up in there.
We got to get that fixed.
Yeah,
it's better
I don't got no cool. I just got deer heads back here.
Hey, I like yours better. That's good. You got the best one in the room.
Yeah, I mean, mine could be the
man. Those are some nice.
Yeah.
Speaking of, those are some nice.
That's that one down there.
Pointing out there.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's a monster.
Everything else in the house looks like crap, so I'd do some scenery here.
Yeah, I had mine's in such bad shape. I had to come to my office. If you see it, I can't get in there, so I had to come to Richmond. So
yeah.
Anyways, Wes, what were you saying when you started to disappear there for about 10 seconds?
All I was saying was it's cool to see super late model guys running the crates as well, and such as Dustin, Jeff Watson, Skylar Marler, Tommy Bailey, just to name a few that Justin Ratliff, that's another one. So it's just awesome to see guys sometimes pulling double duty at tracks, but and then also on the other hand, primary super guys that's now just running crates. So it's just a cool deal.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, when we're watching one of those flow races or whatever, me and Shay will always stay up and watch, like the Summer Nationals. We're watching all the crate stuff too. I mean,
oh yeah,
a lot of times the crates put on a better race than the supers, but no, I'm at heart I'm super late model. Our billfold can't keep up.
I know it's
crate
tough.
Racers at billfold.
Yeah, I imagine it is tough. I mean, being that you've been in super racing and been been so good for so long, it has to be hard to even think about giving it up, because I don't know, it might feel like going backwards, but I don't feel like it is. I mean, the competition's still the same really is what it's coming to, and it puts everybody on a more equal playing field, takes all the technology out of it. You can take your white coat off and just get back to racing. So that's a good thing for sure.
And it's still expensive, but it's less expensive.
Yeah. Well, we was going through our tires there earlier, or a couple weeks ago. I think we ran the crate race or the crate car 3 times this year, and we've won twice with it and run second once. Which second was at Rockhouse, so we had to race our junk off to get up through there, But we had the same right rear tire on all 3 nights. I said, man, this thing don't burn tires. Well, I mean, it's where we're running shorter races, and you ain't got as much power, putting down. But and then the E85, I mean, that's little to nothing compared to the super late model fuel. Yeah. So I don't know. We're looking forward to next weekend too. We're going to take the crate car to Rockcastle, and see if we can have some fun down there with that. I wish Thunder Mountain would race Friday.
I do too, man.
Like I see 2 big crate races on the same night, and I'm like, what? Are these guys not like paying attention to what's going on here?
Yeah, because you could go. Yeah, because Dustin Linville could go Friday night.
If they race Friday, I would be there.
There you go. You heard it right here. That's a good. Yeah, that's a good plan.
That's potential to win $8,500 in 2 nights.
Yeah,
there we go.
I mean, I see it happen.
Yeah, I mean it's a lose for everybody when they do stuff like that. But I don't know. I mean, the fans and the drivers, it don't come out. I don't know what the problem is there, but if one of them would race Friday night and one of them would race Saturday night, we could have a really good crate racing weekend around here.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun. I'm with you on that for sure. And you're right. Next weekend, the Tommy Lanham Memorial. That's a big one for Wes. I don't know if you've heard or not, but he's going to be singing the national anthem.
Oh man!
Yeah. So, yeah, he's going to practice on the podcast, I think, next week.
I'm not practicing on the podcast. You show up at Rockcastle Saturday night. He kind of looks like Chris
Stapleton a little bit. I guess he would grow his hair out a little bit.
He kind of does, though.
I could see a little Chris. Put a good singer deep down. You don't want to hear me sing.
Yeah, me either. Put a cowboy hat on him, and he's good to go, buddy. Yeah. You'd have to mistake him for Chris Stapleton.
I got one in the closet. You want me to put it on?
There you go.
No, really looking forward to that, and that's awesome that you plan to come down, because that's a special race for me and my family. Big Tommy being my cousin, and what he meant to racing in the state, but also surrounding states, and so that's a special night, and really looking forward to that next weekend.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully the weather's works out for us this weekend. Next week, seems like we're in a pretty good swampy spell right now. But if they get this stuff in this weekend, should be a good week. It should be fun.
Yeah.
Well,
we're hoping so.
Yeah, and hopefully it'll be just a little less water that Bill has to put in the water truck. Mother Nature helped him out a little bit for this coming weekend, and he'll be ready for it. But I mean, looking forward to the next couple of weekends. It's going to be a lot of fun. Starting with this Saturday night at Richmond. Like I said, you've won 3 of these things, and which is pretty cool, being that it's probably, like you said, the race that means the most to you here locally. So prediction for this coming Saturday night. I think after PRP last weekend, you've got that D8 machine. It's give you fits, but you know what? You get that thing lined back out from I saw the video too, man. That was
awful.
That's pretty nasty. It's like, oh man, that's not what we want to see. He's running good. But give us what are we going to see from the Rooster this Saturday night at Richmond?
Well, hopefully we start tonight off good and qualify good, and then keep our nose clean. Like I said, I was almost going to bring the crate car, and after last weekend, we got the D8 digging pretty good. So I'm pretty excited to get over there. And I'll tell you, with the weather that we got all week here, every time we've been to Richmond, and it has a little character to it, holes here or there are really fast. It puts on I think it races up really good like that. So,
Yep.
you know, we all got a race on it. So hopefully the weather stays out Saturday and we can put on a good show, and hopefully everybody comes out. I mean, I was kind of hoping all the tracks around wouldn't race against him because he's kind of took off for them, but it didn't work out like that. But hopefully they have a good turnout over here at Richmond, and everybody comes out and enjoys a good night of race, and then let's see if we can put her in victory lane. That'd be out of everything out of every race we run this year. This is one I really want to win, just because it's like Jeremy's like a brother to me. So if we can get another one for him and his mom, and it'd just be a really good deal. And yeah, I think. Well, Shay's over here telling me. I think in this race,
we hear you, Shay.
We hear you, Shay.
Try to get this whole thing set up. I do good to click on Facebook.
You might as well be on with him, Shay.
But,
quit holding out on us. We know you're.
He's over here making sure I ain't saying nothing I ain't supposed to say.
Yeah.
If she got cue cards, say this. Dustin.
She's over here laughing at everything I'm saying. I don't know.
Got the sticks up.
She said last year we was going to take the 39 over there for this race, and I think it was this race, right? Okay, just make sure. But so we took the crate car over there and we ran second to, I think, James Rice maybe won this last year, and we had the crate car in the super, so that was fun.
Yeah,
but it worked out good. I mean, I'll tell you what, a lot of tracks around here, you can take a crate car and run the supers. But Ponderosa, I wouldn't do it. You know, Florence, I wouldn't do it. But on the right night, Lake Cumberland, you know, Richmond, Rockcastle, of course, if they'd race supers. But, you know, you can get around there pretty good in a crate car, you know, just actually better than a super. So
Yeah, because those tracks, if they get slick, you don't need all that horses in, you know, and a crate car can outrun the supers. So
I remember, I think Todd Kaufman, he was probably one of the first ones around here, like at the Butterball and stuff. He would race his crate car in the supers. Yeah. And he had his car just tuned in where he could just mad it wide open, you know. So if he turned a good qualifying lap or whatnot, then I remember I started behind him in a heat race over there one night. And when we took off, whoever was on the outside, they choked him down real hard. And I had to start behind it. I was like, man, I'm going to push him, you know. But he got going. And then I thought, dude, if he gets this thing in the feature, we're all toast. But, of course, you know, he'd get in the features and he would run he'd run top 5, top 10 every time he raced his crate, you know, in any big super race around there. The hard part is just getting going, you know.
Right. Yeah.
And he'd never lift. He was wide open.
He had her tuned in where he didn't put the lid on it.
Yeah. So, it sounds like based on the conversation so far, maybe the plan should be, we think we've got the D8 lined out. It seems like it from PRP. Get it fixed back up this week, but maybe we should put the 39 in the hauler just in case after hot laps we need to bring that sucker out. Just sounds like maybe that's some of what I'm hearing. I'm not certain.
I think we can just, you know, qualify the D8 and then just, if nobody's looking, we can just switch door panels.
Nobody noticed. Or could you? Or I don't know. Is this a rule? Like, could you not qualify both cars and then pick the fastest one and go with it?
Can chime in on that, but we'll just qualify and then, you know, whichever one we heat race with or just race, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I know we told you we'd have you on here around 30 minutes. You're a busy man. You running a business, you and your dad. You've got a super late model, a crate late model. You've got your hands full. Those girls, always fun to see you guys on your stuff on Facebook. They're your biggest fans, no doubt. But we don't want to keep you too late. I know you got plenty going on, but Wes, we got to let him thank his sponsors. I'm sure you want to get that in, right?
Yeah, thank everybody that gets you up and down the road.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, for the majority part, it's me and my dad we kind of keep it going, but we've got like Whitetail Heaven Outfitters. They do help us on this stuff, you know, not necessarily the race car part, but they keep us. We got some hunting land, and they they give us gear and whatnot to help that get going. And of course, Tim Short Auto Group, Renegade Race Fuel, Mountain Dew, Dalton Witt, Witt's Quality Homes. We got his motor in. Bluegrass Radiator Service. He's had to help me out this week because I smashed one last week. So. J&K Automotive. That's my buddy Jeremy. Graphic Impressions. Shade made sure I say
that. You better not leave them off there.
Better not.
Yeah. But and then Wayne's Auto Repair. He owns Shane Irvin's car. He helps us out. And Whitus Designs, Jay Whitus, he helps us out there a little bit. And Swartz Race Cars, Schaefer's Oil by Doug Smith. They help me keep my fluids topped off there. Hosky's Performance, Octane Race Products, Wayne Bowen Racing Supply, Scotty Shelton's Body Shop. He's a good friend of ours. Helps us out there whenever he can. Excello Racewear. What am I missing? I don't get to do this very often, so a few victory lanes this year, but nothing like that.
It ain't been that long ago. Yeah, we were there. Yeah,
we were there. Yeah,
yeah. But
we got to say that interview got a bunch of likes and shares, views. So it wasn't too long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, just thank all the fans, of course. That buys all our merchandise and whatnot, and that helps out a lot there. Billy, he gives us a little bit off of each of our sales there, and hopefully we can make these people proud for wearing D8 shirts like you guys.
Yeah, no,
running like that.
Yeah.
Listen, we bring them out for these big nights. It's like you have to. But
it's work clothes. You just gotta get them greasy.
No, man, this ain't no work shirt. Look, this thing's spotless. It ain't. I promise you, it ain't got a spot on.
I did like those shirts out there a lot too. And then when we raced for Hatcher, I like those pretty good.
Yeah, they were fun. So I've got.
Short said he's got one of those orange ones. He said, but he looks like a pumpkin when he wears it.
Yeah. I've got a few of them, but it has been fun watching you all these years. Like I said, you've always been to me one of the best, or the best as far as interaction. Just fun to be around in the pits, and I know a lot of people would say that very same thing. So, and thank you for coming on here with us this evening. It means a lot to us that you'd take some time out of your evening to come on here and be a part of whatever this disappearing act and everything else we had going on.
Yeah, Wes and the Magic Show over there. Yeah. I appreciate you guys having us on here, and everybody come out and support Richmond this weekend. Hopefully it don't rain, and put on a good race, and let's pack the stand, see if we can put on a show.
Yeah, that sounds good, man.
We're really looking forward to it. Yeah. Thanks again for coming on. We only tried like 16, 17 times to get you on the show, so I'm glad it finally took.
I know. It never, like I said, it never lined up, and I said, I've got to do this one because Jeremy and you guys have asked me, and then of course Bill at Richmond, and it just worked out good, and I'm glad we could get on here and talk with you guys. I appreciate you having us.
Yeah, absolutely. No problem. We'll be there this weekend to cheer you on. We'll get Dillon Gaudet a Rooster Nation T-shirt as well. Get him some swag going on there. So we look forward to seeing you, man.
All right, guys. I will see you this weekend, and thanks again for having us, man.
All right. Sounds good, buddy. Thank you.
See you, Dustin.
Good
luck this weekend.
All right, Dustin Linville here on Dirt Racing in the Bluegrass Live with us, and I wonder we'll probably still get someone will ask us next week, Wes. I guarantee you. When are you going to have Dustin Linville on? How much you want to bet?
I guarantee they will. We'll say, well, you need to go back and watch last week's show.
Yeah, you're going to have to keep up a little better. But that was a lot of fun. I knew it would be once we got him on here. Just one of the most fun people to be around at the racetrack, honestly. So I knew it'd be fun once we got him on the podcast. Yeah,
and he's always got that big smile on his face, and it's always good seeing him in the pits when he's racing all across the country and here in the state of Kentucky. So always as I said earlier, always a fan favorite, and just just really good to get to talk to him and have him on the show tonight.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, man, we've got a whole lot to get to, so let's get to it quickly while everybody's still hanging in there with us before.
Yeah, we still got a lot
let's
to
go.
Don't leave us yet.
No, don't leave us yet. We've still got Live's Top 5, man. This has been one of the this has been a really a cool thing. It's really got to the point to where you almost have to win a couple of races to get on the list. So still looking for ways to get. I just like talking about these local guys that run and work and put in all the efforts here in our area. So these lists are changing every week, but we're going to continue to add more things like this just to give us opportunities to mention these guys that put on a good show for us each and every weekend. But let's go ahead and get to Live's Top 5 for late models. Just one change here. Josh Rice, of course, man, he's going to stay at the top of the list because he showed up again at Lake Cumberland Speedway this past weekend, Hall of Fame 40, and put on a show for everybody and won that thing. Wes, I believe if I remember correctly, I think I did pick him to win in our pick'em challenge. So
you did. Yeah. You did. You had first pick and picked the number 11 car. Yes, you did.
Yeah.
And
I know. Well,
he looked really good as he has been on a tear here of late. I thought my pick. I thought Chilton had him there in the 97. Really good race, and then after the feature was over with and they pulled on the front stretch. I don't know what Chilton had done to his car, but it was all out of sorts. He didn't really know what was wrong with it. I need to check on him, make sure he's got that baby back lined out for this weekend. But I guarantee he'll have it there Saturday night.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he will. Yeah, that thing was all kind of messed up. I don't know what was going on there.
Up.
Yeah, it really was. But Justin Ratliff, not Justin Rice, Justin Ratliff, there at number 2. Ace Claiborne third, Jeff Watson fourth, and for the first time this year on Live's Top 5, after picking up his second feature win this year at Mud Lick Valley Raceway, Derek Fisher joins the late model list for Live's Top 5.
For the Live's Top 5 open wheel modifieds, Blake Brown stays at the top of the list. Blake has been hot in that new Elite chassis this year. Kind of had some issues there Saturday night, and Brian Barber ended up picking up the win. But Blake's still tough to handle. It don't matter where he goes here in the state. He's always a favorite. In the second spot, the jockey Ben Petrie took a vacation, wasn't there last weekend, but he still hangs in there in second place. So good to see that. Brian Barber, as we mentioned, gets the win at Lake Cumberland Speedway with the Bruce Built Modifieds on Saturday there at Lake Cumberland Speedway. So he's in the third spot. Cole Fallaway is in fourth, and Billy Green rounds out your top 5.
And in the super stocks for Live's Top 5, Blake Brown stays at the top. But, Wes, every week that goes by, they ain't got that motor back yet. They're getting closer and closer to him. I mean, Andrew Harmon just picked up what I believe was his 4th feature win at Mud Lick Valley Raceway. So he's getting real close. He's going to have to get that motor back in that car and see if he can pick back up where he left off. But Dennis Roberson second. Like I said, Andrew Harmon third, Tyler Hayes fourth, and Jimmy Robinson fifth.
In our Live's Top 5 for hobby stocks, as we mentioned earlier, Craig Stocks picked up the $1,000 victory there at Lake Cumberland Speedway this past Saturday. Jeremy Bretts, he picked up the win at Thunder Mountain in second. A.J. Smith is third, Randy Hacker fourth, and Bo Gilley is fifth.
Yeah, and that was something, Jeremy Bretts with that major event win 2 weeks ago at Thunder Mountain jumped up to number 1. Craig Stocks already had a couple wins there at Lake Cumberland, but then with the 1,000 to win race there this past weekend, he made the jump from 5th to 1st, man. We've said it before, but like this hobby stock division is one of the most competitive divisions in racing. And you can see it from this Live's Top 5. I mean, like the list has stayed, as far as the people on it, has stayed close to the same, but it changes big time from week to week. You just never know where they're going to land. So it's fun to see, fun to watch.
Yeah, it really is, and 28 strong at Lake Cumberland. I mean, that's an awesome field of cars, and it's stacked. I mean, it's anybody's to win, and it's so competitive, and those guys put on a heck of a show.
Yep. Yep, I agree. It is, and here's another one: the Hornets as well, man. Like just all the time. And if I'm not at a track, I get to see Jeff Soxie with Racing Rumble. He does those videos. I watch them because the Hornets race. A lot of times they're caution free, just super competitive and fun to watch. Eric Parton in first, Clint Cox second. Eric Parton went to Smoky Mountain down there as part of that big race down there. 5,000 when it was on Friday night when he was down there. But he was back at Lake Cumberland on Saturday. But on Friday night at Smoky Mountain, won that race. He's number one on our list this week. Clint Cox second, Chris Meyer third, Raymond Fuson fourth, and Marty Gilley there in fifth. Mentioned him a little bit earlier, but picking up that big first feature win at Lake Cumberland Speedway on Saturday night. As I mentioned before, that video of all of our race coverage at Lake Cumberland Speedway got more views than anything else, which is a huge deal to see. I love to see it. Local racing. Getting that kind of attention but man, it was just fun to see because like you mentioned earlier, we talked to him earlier in the night and it's like you're just a matter of time before you get that first feature win. I mean, he'd held the track record at Thunder Mountain for a long time. Heat race win after heat race win, fastest qualifier. It was just a matter of time, and he was flying Saturday night at Lake Cumberland.
He sure was, and to see how excited he was and his crew, and then his dad, his dad's Bo, just to see them in victory lane. I mean, smiling ear to ear, just an awesome feeling. I mean, I'm getting chills just thinking about it, but so cool for him and his team to get that win. And man, just yet again an awesome night at Lake Cumberland last weekend.
Yep. I agree. So, well, let's go ahead real quick. We're going to get to our weekend outlook, tell you all about the events coming up this weekend. Let's go ahead, though, for this coming Saturday night at Richmond Raceway. Like I said, a big one there, the Hugh, Junebug, Rowland Memorial. It's just going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be there on Saturday night. Really looking forward to it. Let's pick the winners. We'll go ahead and just do three classes. We'll do late models, change it up a little bit. We'll do late models, open wheels, and Hornets. How about that? How's that? I think that'll work, won't it? And I told you if it come down to it, you're still up 4-3 on our Pick'em challenge because I picked. Ain't that right?
No, it's tied 4-4. Let's see.
No, it was 3-1. No, I just won too.
It's 3-1. I took the lead with the win because I had Brian Barber picked. So yes, I'm up 4-3.
So yeah, that's right. Well, I should have just let you go on that because I told you if it come down to it, I'm not going to lose again this year. I'll start cheating if I have to.
Well, don't cheat. Cheaters never win.
Oh, sure they do.
Even if this is your podcast.
Well, this ain't my podcast. This is our podcast. You got more questions. I think now. Listen, you got as many questions in for Dustin Linville and Dillon. I think you got just as many as I did. So stepping up.
Tonight was a good night. Yeah,
stepping up your game a little bit too. Coming in strong on us. But anyways, pick the winner. Since you're still in the lead though, Wes, I get first pick again. I'm making up the rules as we go. But you're in the lead, so I get first pick again. Start with late models. Hugh, Junebug, Rowland Memorial, 5,000 to win, Ultimate Heart of America Super Late Model Series. I'm going to go with, I tell you what, 3-time winner. He's good at Richmond. Josh Rice is going to Atomic. I'm going to go with the Rooster, Dustin Linville. I think he gets the win. $5,000, big super late model win, and gets the monkey off his back. He's going to put the D8 machine in victory lane this weekend.
Well, that's a great pick. As we've talked to Dustin earlier, and he's chomping at the bit. He's super excited for this race, and we know that this win would be super for his team, and he's really wanting to get it this weekend. So a great pick. Ken Short says, before you pick, there may be a couple surprise additions. Uh-oh. Well, I've already had my pick made as well. I knew that Josh was going to go with the Rooster. So that was already off the board. But I'm going to go with Dustin's good buddy. I'm going with Zach Dome for the victory on Saturday night at Richmond.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick for sure. The only question is, have they posted? Is he going? Are you? Because I know you do your homework.
Sure. I'm not 100%, but
I know you do your homework on this stuff too. I mean, I'm just flying. I'm just going as I'm just trying to get lucky. I don't know who's going to be there, who ain't. And Wes, he's not telling us, but I guarantee he messaged 100 drivers before the start of the show. He messaged everybody, including Zach Dome, asking where they're going to be this way. Well, that's it.
I didn't have time today. I didn't send no messages today. But most of the time I do my homework. Yeah. Now look, I like this. See, that's another good possibility.
Yeah, it
Jeremy.
is. Yeah,
it's a good place. Chilton's really good at Richmond, and I picked him last weekend. And man, I thought he was going to break the ice this past weekend, but he was close.
Yeah, because it's hard to say, but who knows what would have happened had whatever jacked up happened to his car, but who knows, it may have been a different outcome at Lake Cumberland on Saturday, so I could definitely see that. But yeah, I mean, good thing that you're not doing your homework. And the other pick that I had there last week was Zach Seiss. I didn't do any homework. I just picked him because he won a race Lake Cumberland last year with the American All-Star Series. And you were laughing at me. You were laughing at me the whole time because Zach Seiss ain't here. That's what we all thought, because he was in Cardwell's car, and none of us thought he was there. Finally, later in the night, we heard it was him, and that was just – I was 2 for 2 there at one point. Let's go ahead and pick – what did I say we were going to pick? Super Stocks? Did I say we were doing late model Super Stocks and Hornets, I think?
Yeah.
All right, so you go ahead, go first with the Super Stocks.
Man, and here's what's tough is you don't really know who's going to be there. That's what makes it tough. Super Stocks, I'd have to go with Jimmy Robinson.
Okay, I've got a couple people saying I said mods, but that's all right.
I thought you said Super Stocks and Hornets. I'm going with Jimmy Robinson in the Super Stock.
We'll leave it with We'll go with Super Stocks, so we'll just have to go with that.
We picked mods last weekend.
Yeah, well, Tyler Kelly's. It may be Jimmy Robinson and mods as well. He won them both last time there at Richmond for the Finn Watson.
True.
So it could go both ways there. You started it with Super Stocks, so we'll just go with them. This don't have to. We're just going. We're just doing. We don't have a plan here. We're kind of doing as we please, and uncontrolled chaos, you might call it, here on this podcast. But yeah, Super Stocks, you picked Jimmy Robinson, man. Like, part of the issue is it's always it's so tough to know who's gonna be where, especially with so many these events coming up this weekend. It's just hard, like who's gonna go where, and so I would say you probably picked the favorite there. I did see that Alan Hackworth is in the process of getting his car put together for Saturday, this coming Saturday at Richmond. Man, you talk about somebody that's always been tough everywhere, but at Richmond, it's been fun throughout the years watching those Hackworths, the El Camino days. I believe that was his dad, as best I can remember. That was just a lot of fun to see. I think I will go with Alan Hackworth. He's going to bring that thing out of the shop this weekend, first time, and win that thing at Richmond. That would be cool to see.
I did see that earlier on Facebook. You said I do my homework. I just saw that, but he said he was burning the midnight oil working on it. So I hope he gets everything fixed and is able to race on Saturday night at Richmond. That'd be awesome to see him back out on the track.
I hope so too. I really do. And like that would be that'd be just fun to see. I like Alan. We got to catch up with him a couple of weeks there at Rockcastle, and that was a lot of fun. So Hornets, we'll get through this one. I think last time out there, Finn Watson Memorial, Raymond Fuson. I'm thinking he'll be there again. Again, a lot of this is a guessing game, who's going to go where. I think he'll be there again this weekend. I haven't done my homework on that. I probably should have. I know he was watching here with us a little bit earlier. Maybe he could tell me real quick before I make my final decision on this pick. As I'm just going to drag it out here for a few more seconds. So Raymond, if you're watching, let us know if you're going to be at Richmond. But he set the track record, and I think they said he was setting it all night. Feature, man, he was on a rail all night. So. I don't think doesn't seem like he's either not watching or he's not going to help me out. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Raymond Fuson to win in the Hornets this weekend at Richmond Raceway.
That's a great pick. But, who knows where Raymond will end up going. Several tracks running, but he was flying at the Finn Watson Memorial. He had that car dialed in, and he put on a show. Man. That's a good pick. I believe I'm gonna take Clint Cox.
It's a good.
I'm gonna take Clint for the win. I think it's a good pick.
All right,
I feel good about it.
Final answer. Final answer. All right, there we go. So we've got our winners picked. Good luck to you this weekend. Hope you don't get any of them right. Just to be quite honest with you, that's my honest conclusion on that. I hope you miss them all. No offense to anyone that Wes just picked, but I don't want to buy him a steak dinner again this year after I had to last year. So
man, it tastes so good.
Yeah, I bet it did. Mine did too, but I had to pay for it.
Right.
So let's go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead and get to our weekend outlook. It's a big weekend overall here in Central Kentucky. A lot of events going on. So starting Richmond Raceway this weekend, June 24th. That's this Saturday night. $5,000 to win, $400 to start. There's a crate bonus there as well. Ultimate Heart of America Super Late Model Series, the Hugh Junebug Rowland Memorial, $100 fast time for super late models. $39 hard charger award, UMP modifieds, KDRA super stocks, and Hornets in action as well. That's like I said, Wes, we're going to be there this weekend. Really, Dillon said he's going to be there this weekend, and it's going to be another fun weekend for sure. Really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, we really are, and I can't wait. Just looking forward to Saturday night at Richmond.
Yeah, and Mudlick Valley Raceway, man, they are really doing some good things over there. Another big one this weekend, and then we'll talk more about it later on. But that weekend of the 4th, I think it's July 3rd. I think it's the Monday. They're going to have another one there as well.
Should be a big night there.
Yeah.
I think 5,000 to win, I believe I saw.
Yep, I think you're right about that. Yep. But, this weekend, super late models, UMP modified sport mods, KDRA, super stocks, and Hornets in action there at Mudlick Valley. And then, Wes, another show going on, a big show coming up here, Rockcastle Speedway, fan and racer appreciation night coming up. $1 hot dogs.
Yep, and a double points night.
Yeah, I could eat a lot of hot dogs, but I'd have to have a cheeseburger as well.
Yeah, they still have the best cheeseburger that I've ever had at a racetrack. So
yeah, might be the best cheeseburger that I've ever had anywhere. I mean, it's pretty good. I'm just saying it really is.
It is really good.
Especially that second time I went back and I got some stuff on it. You made fun of me because you called it a Happy Meal that first time I didn't get anything on it.
Yeah.
Man, I went back and I got it like loaded down, everything but onions. But man, that was
I had
good.
the onions on it. Mine was the deluxe, the Worldwide West deluxe.
Yeah.
Special.
Well, it was good, and they've got those jailbreaker potato chips there too, man.
Yes.
I haven't had it yet. But I think a cheeseburger with those potato chips, it would have to be really good.
Yes, those jailbreaker potato chips. I'm going to say those are the best chips I've ever ate, and I've ate a lot of potato chips in my 37 years on this earth.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. I'm right there with you on that. And then tell us about that. So that's Saturday night at Lake Cumberland. That's going on. All their classes there for them, and then tell us about Lake Cumberland Speedway coming up on Saturday night as well.
Yes, Saturday, June 24th, 7 p.m. Is their kids' night. Pro late models 1,500 to win. Open wheel modifieds 1,000. Front wheel drive mini stocks 400 to win. Hobby stocks 400 to win. Bicycle and power wheel races, powder puff and crew chief races. So those are always fun to watch. Grandstands $15, 10 and under is free, and the pits is $35. So kids night there at Lake Cumberland Speedway on Saturday.
Yep, so a bunch of good events going on there. Really looking forward to the weekend, man. Like I said, it's going to be fun. We've absolutely had a blast all year. Looking forward to another one. I called this episode "Let's Go Racing," man, because work all week. So many things going on. Those are just that's awesome words to hear, right? We get to the weekend, let's go racing. All is well, all is good. Let's all just go racing. So much going on in the world, so much negativity in the world. Let's go racing because that's just that's a fun time, and it's going to be another one coming up this weekend. Can't wait.
Work hard through the week,
and
go racing on the weekend.
Yeah. That's right. That's what we've been doing. I tell you what, it's been so much fun too. So, really looking forward to another one. We want to say thank you to all of our sponsors here real quick before we jump off here and conclude another episode. Smokehouse Grill and Buffet, Racetrack Connection, Bluegrass Restoration and Construction, The Detail Shop, Extreme Style Signs and Graphics, Fast Track Racing Series, Ultimate Heart of America Super Late Model Series, Dirtman Diecast, CT Promotions, Mudlick Valley Raceway, Richmond Raceway, Rockcastle Speedway, Thunder Mountain Speedway, Lake Cumberland Speedway, Ponderosa Speedway, Valvoline Ironman Late Model Series, and the Bruce Built Performance Ironman Modified Series. Thank you to all those fine folks. They've made it possible for us this year to do some extra stuff, to get some equipment, to be able to do more stuff here on the podcast and do it a little better. We're going to keep doing that as time goes on. One of these days, Wes, we're going to upgrade from our iPhone camera, and we're going to be big time. I'm telling you, we're really going to be able to do some stuff when we ain't carrying a camera around to record interviews.
Yeah. That'll make our pit walks and interviews just that much better.
Yeah,
when we ain't got to use that iPhone.
It will with a wonky cord we're all the time getting wrapped up in. One of these days, one of us going to trip over that thing, and it's just going to be funny.
Well, whichever one does, the other one's going to probably die laughing. So.
You guarantee it.
I'll help you up if you fall, though, after I'm dying laughing.
Yeah,
but
if you fall,
I'll help you.
I guarantee you I'll be laughing. Yeah,
if I fall, it'll take two to get me up.
Yeah, you can take that to the bank for sure. So, absolutely. Thank you to everyone on here tonight watching us. We had a big crowd here with us for a midweek show talking about dirt racing. We've talked about it tonight. We're gonna be about it on Saturday. Really looking forward to it. It's going to be a weekend. Like I said, we're going to be at Richmond Raceway. Wherever you decide to go this weekend, let's go racing. Let's have a lot of fun. It's going to be a great weekend. We'll see you at the races.
Yes. Thank you, guys. Y'all have a good night. We'll see you at the track on Saturday.